Hello guys, welcome everybody to day 2 of the trading marathon. My name is Daniel, and in this video I'm going to give you an overview about what you can expect here in the next, let's say, 40 to 60 videos. I'm not sure how many it's exactly going to take until we are done. Look, the most simple explanation I can give you right straight away in this summarization, that the skill of trading is like a chain. It's like a chain, and this chain consists out of chart analysis, trading psychology, emotional control, and patience, yes, and also risk management. Why am I saying it's like a chain? Just imagine if you have a chain out of solid gold and you connect one piece with plastic, like one of the gold pieces is just connected via plastic to one of the other gold pieces, and then you try to rip on this chain, you will definitely break it on the plastic part, right? And that's kind of like how trading is. So to say, I can show you it in a really simple example here. Just imagine you don't have any idea about chart analysis, but you have a very solid mind and you have a very healthy body and you have a very solid understanding about risk management and everything, but you have no clue about how the chart is moving. Well, then that's probably the thing, you know, the plastic element in your chain of skills. In the other direction, if you know perfectly well about chart analysis and have no clue about risk management and you go all in every trade, guess what? It will take 3, 4, 5, 6 trades until you are totally broke. Yes, I'm very certain about that. And I mean, it's like that with every element of trading. If you don't have emotional control, it's just a question of time until you will get a rage bait, you will get in rage mode and you will just smash your account. So it's really every single aspect of what we will talk about is at least as important as every other aspect we are talking about. It's really, that's why it's called the trading marathon, because we're really going through many elements you will need on your journey to be a profitable trader. But at the end, if you master all of them, I can kind of guarantee you that you will be a successful trader. So you can pretty much say the difficulty on this whole process is to mastering all of them. And if you notice that you consistently lose money, then it's very important to find out where the problem is exactly. So basically, sometimes in trading it happens, you just lose money and then you ask yourself, how did this happen? And if you just ask yourself every single time after you lost money, how did this happen? Your brain will come up with all different kind of reasons, and most of them will be kind of like bullshit, because your brain tries to find some, what's it called? Find some reasonable excuses about why what you did was right and why it's this or that way or the other, and why some markets are manipulated and all those kind of bullshit excuses, you know, and it will bring you nowhere. So what I will tell you in this video straight away is kind of like the 3 things you will need to proceed in this journey. And trust me, those are very simple things, but kind of like without them it's impossible to proceed. And the first one you already have, it's the device. You need to watch a trading marathon where I explain you everything, so you kind of got that, otherwise you wouldn't be watching. The second thing is you need a pair of shoes. You need shoes you can run with. Trust me, absolutely, I'm not joking about this. There will be 100%, a lot of moments, I cannot even say a lot, there will be an uncountable amount of moments where you will get extremely frustrated and you will have the feeling that you did everything right and it's not your fault and this and that. And this is always the moment when you need to put on those shoes and you start running a bit. Because if you don't do that, you will definitely lose money in the upcoming trades and then smash your account and so on. And yeah, so that's why that's the second thing you're gonna need. Device to watch these videos, a pair of shoes for running. And the third thing you're definitely going to need, and please take me by word, I'm really 100% serious about this. You need some kind of a notebook, a physical notebook like this. I'm not joking with you. I know the first 2-3 years of trading I was most probably as arrogant and how can I say it, careless as probably 95% of all, you know, men between 16 and 21. And I always thought, why do I need a journal? You know, I just type my results in the phone or in the computer, or I just make a YouTube video about it. It's all okay. It's not that important. But guess what? It's kind of like the most important thing, because the reason why you will need this journal is to hold yourself accountable, to document every single step you're going to take in this journey, to later on be able to identify what exactly is going well and what exactly is going not so well, and what things you need to improve in. Okay, if you just always lose money and then you just go on like it didn't even matter, and you say it's not so wild, yeah, then you will sooner or later end up in a miserable situation financially, and I don't want that for you. So that's why I really absolutely recommend you you need really to buy one. It costs like €5, €10 in the bookstore. You buy an empty book and you obviously need a pen for it, you know. And why am I telling you need a journal? It was actually a recommendation from trading psychologist Dr. Andrew Manica, which is one of the best trading psychologists in the world, by the way. And he told me that also in our very first lesson, so that's why I'm telling it to you also at the very beginning of our journey, because without it, it will be very hard to identify where you made the mistakes, why you made the mistakes, and so on. So I'm kind of like preparing you for the journey, and I can also explain you why we need a physical one, because I'm sure there will be some people watching this video and saying, I don't need one. Well, when you write something down, the physical movement while writing it activates your prefrontal cortex, and this is the part of your brain which you use for the logical decisions, and this is kind of like the part of your brain you want to operate with when you are making trading decisions and so on. Additionally, I have made a personal experience that the plans you write down in your journal are most likely the intelligent plans, and the ones you don't want to write down and you just press the buttons are most likely the very stupid ones you shouldn't do anyways. And yeah, it's very nice to see, if you write down all of the steps we're doing, if the planned steps you are taking are good or bad ones, and then additionally to that, if you are able to follow it, because that's the moment where you can decide if you have a planning issue and your plan is not good, or you have a discipline issue and you are just not following the plan. Yes, and this will be very, very important. You can trust me, really. I'm not joking with you. This is nearly one of the most important steps. Okay, I will also, so that was my main point to get across. Buy a journal until we see each other in the next video. But before we are finished, I will give you how is it called? I will give you an approximate overview about what topics we are going to talk about and how the whole trading marathon is built up, so that you get an understanding and you're also patient and really commit to it until the end. Because if you just watch certain kind of videos and you ignore the other ones, I can tell you already it's gonna end up in a chaos, because as I told you in the beginning, it is like a chain, and if some pieces of your chain, some parts of your chain are made out of gold, some made out of diamond, and some made out of plastic, it will always rip on the plastic part. So watch definitely every single video of the trading marathon. Yeah, since that is essentially the important thing and the message I want to also get across here in this video. So let's okay. Well, the first section we are going to talk about will be the physical health. And why, you ask, I'm sure you ask yourself, can we finally go on the chart? When are we? Wait, the chart is the last step we're going to talk about, because as soon as I tell you how to read the charts, you will feel like a professional and you will go on and you will make all the different kind of mistakes you can make and lose all the money before I can even tell you the other important stuff. Okay? So that's kind of like the last thing we're going through in the trading marathon, because that's like giving a killer the weapon, you know? He will definitely shoot one, and it's like if I would tell you now how to read the charts, you will go on and lose your money on the charts. Yes, so that's why we start with all the certain topics about physical health, because physical health leads to a mental health, and you will definitely need the mental health to succeed in trading, especially long term. You know, so that's why it's kind of like our ground foundation, our basement, okay, to build our house on. And you don't want this foundation to be made out of, you know, like sand. You want it to be solid rock, so that we can really build something on it. So that's why this will be our first cluster, our first chapter we are going to talk about. Based on that, we are going to talk obviously about mental health and trading psychology, since that is very important. Also, we are going to go into specifics. We're actually going to talk about also drug abuse, since that is very common in the trading field. I have had in the past my experience with that myself, but I came out of it, you know. But I'm just straight away giving you my experience. It's for free anyway, so and you will definitely have huge problems if you ignore this chapter. So you can say it's one of the most important chapters. It's as important as the chart analysis, because if you are the best chart analyst and you are on drugs all the time, then you have no chance. Yes. So that's also one chapter we're going to talk about. Also, I will tell you concerning the mental health and trading psychology. I will tell you first of all some psychological tricks to use in certain situations you will definitely face in trading, which will make your life way easier. Yes. And also we are going to talk about some special situations, like for example if you have ADHD and so on, or similar situations like that, and you come into trading, because I have also experience with that. But we will go into everything in detail later on when it's the time in the video. Well, I don't want to go too much in detail, but kind of like a lot of trading psychology. After that, we're going to talk about risk management and all the ground knowledge and all the, you know, like factual pieces of information that you will need to know to actually grow your account. Because if you just estimate your risk, if you just estimate your position size and so on, and it has absolutely no chance to result in anything. You can also trust me in that. So that will be the, I think, third or fourth chapter. And then last but not least, we're coming to the chart analysis. Yes, and I will not only teach you elite wave analysis, I will teach you simple concepts, like even though if you never saw a chart, you will be happy with what I'm teaching you in the chart analysis chapter. Yes, we will start with like indicators, support, resistance, pattern, all those stuff, even though I'm not using it. After that, I will, based on that, tell you about smart money concepts, how those are working, and how you can estimate some moves with them. And then the final move is basically the Elliott wave theory and all the price targets and the whole strategy, and how you can put it together and use for yourself to make some money. And yes, that's kind of the whole content. That's kind of, trust me, it will be a very hard journey for you. What do I say for you? It was one for me. It's still one hard journey for me. It's one hard journey for, I think, everyone who is in this field. You know, in trading, one bad day can cost you everything. And yeah, I can already tell you, prepare yourself for some very nice times, some very nice moments, and also some very hard moments, some very hard times. It's kind of like, the faster you learn consistency and emotional balance, the faster those times will stabilize, okay? And it will, you know, I will give you all the possible tools to make your way to the top, but it's absolutely on you. If you go this way with those tools like this, or like this consistently, it's just a question of how hard you are working on it. Yeah, especially mentally. So until tomorrow, you go on and you buy one of those paper journals and one pen, and we see each other in the next video. Stay tuned. Ciao, ciao.